Well, thank you for joining us. Erin Blackwood is with us right now, and she is Outreach Coordinator for the Romberg-Tiburon Center, which deals in things about the Bay and the health of the Bay. Nice to have you here.
Thank you, Shaq.
Those of us who grew up here are always concerned about the Bay and what's going on. And actually, the Bay is a little cleaner now than it used to be, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I heard there was a report out just recently about that.
Yeah, and now at the Romberg Center, you're working with San Francisco State College, is that right?
Right, it's the
university, I should say.
It's the Marine Research Facility for San Francisco State University. It's been so since 1978. We've been there all those years.
So students who are taking courses at SF State University come there to study the Bay and beyond.
Bay and beyond, exactly. And we also offer academic classes for students at San Francisco State. So we have classes for undergraduates and graduate students, and then also they're doing their research in several different labs.
Okay, and how is the financing going for that center?
Well, we are certainly working on raising funds for all of our needs at the center. As you probably know, it's a very old facility. That's a very historic site.
I do know the facility itself, right?
So, we're certainly trying to raise awareness and raise funds to continue our wonderful research that we do, a very important research that we do.
Okay. In the work that you're doing and the people are doing there, what are the biggest problems with the Bay right now? I know we've had dumping of landfill and things like that was clouding up the Bay for a long time. That seems to be better. And other areas like that, what are some of the number one things that are affecting the Bay?
Well, a couple of big projects that are going on right now is looking at the Delta Smelt food web up in the Sacramento, San Joaquin Delta.
Yeah.
So there's a variety of different aspects of that food web that many of our scientists are studying right now, trying to determine, what is happening with the food web and, to explore those ideas.
When you say the food web, you have to explain that.
Okay, so Delta Smelt is a threatened fish, a small fish that lives up in the Delta. And it eats tiny copepods, which are little plankton in the water, little crustaceans related to shrimp and crabs. And the copepods will eat smaller copepods, or they'll eat phytoplankton, tiny little plants that are in the water. There are also clams that are involved in the food web that are also competing for resources with the smelts. And now there's also jellies or jellyfish that are possibly competing with the smelts.
Yeah. Okay. I know about some of those problems they've been having with that. So the web, in turn, is just the overall picture of what's going on. With
right. All the different players.
That's what I was trying to determine what that was. And the thing is that a lot of people don't realize, like striped bass were very big in the Bay in different feeding areas like that. And some of the things you're mentioning have depleted the smelt and other fishes, including striped bass, are not the same as they used to be. We used to go fishing for striped bass underneath the Bay Bridge. There used to be enormous runs of striped bass, and they pretty much have disappeared.
Yeah, the biodiversity of San Francisco Bay has definitely changed. There's been a lot of invasive species that have come in and affected the plants and animals that live in the Bay now.
Okay, now some of the things that have come in on the hulls of ships, and gotten into the Bay and started living in the Bay, and they shouldn't be here.
Right.
And just telling them to leave doesn't help.
No, there's a lot of money spent and a lot of time and effort spent to try to eradicate things that are already here, but more importantly, there's a lot of efforts going on into trying to detect the first arrivals of some of the new species.
Yeah, okay. And so we're just about out of time, but October 30th is...
It's Discovery Day, our 22nd annual open house, and this year it's part of the Bay Area Science Festival, which is the week-long celebration of science in the Bay Area.
Okay, and this is invite everyone.
Right, the public is invited. It's the one day a year that we are open to the public, and we showcase the science research that's going on at the facility, and of course we showcase our fabulous facility right on the bay in Tiburon.
Okay, all right. It's the Romberg-Tiburon Center.
Right.
Okay, nice to have you here, Erin.
Thank you.
Okay, and thank you for watching.